Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Nerve. Where do I even start with this one? James Valves has flown into the Freedom Tower and Logan Sargent is dead. There's some random Argentinian, which nobody's ever heard of, that's going to replace him for the rest of the year. What's his name? Francisco Duolingo? Right, I know that's not his name. Let me look at what his name is. What's his name? If we're going to talk about this con, he's from Argentina, so we're also going to spend a lot of the episode talking about the Falklands War. What do I type in here? Logan Sargent. His name is Franco Colapinto. So what did I say? Felipe Duolingo? I wasn't that far off. Franco Colapinto. And I said Fandango Casino. Right, I don't care what his name is. Obviously, I've never heard of him, and you've never heard of him because nobody's ever heard of him. I'm sorry, I've still got a bit of an adrenaline rush after chasing those bastard pigeons out of my garden. Fandango, my dildo, or whatever his fuck is, what's his name? Felipe Cappuccino is going to be replacing the Freedom Tower this weekend at the Italian Grand Prix. So what do we know about this man? Well, the first thing we need to do before we talk about Frappuccino Dua Bingo is we need to talk about the Falklands War, because I've been doing some research about this, okay, and I've found out something disgusting, frankly. I am disgusted. I think that is the correct use of the word. So for people that don't know, the Falklands War was in 1982, and I'm going to skip over a lot of like socio-political shit here. All you need to know is when the Falklands was taken back by the Argentinians, and then Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady, abroad, if you've ever seen one. And I bet I imagine she had the vaginal strength of the jaws of life. Like one of those little snapping turtles. Oh, turtles. I'm going to have to look at pictures of turtles now. Otherwise, I am going to be off the whole day. The point is, Margaret Thatcher, she formed a task force consisting of the Royal Navy, the Royal Air Force, and some SAS ground insurgents. And their goal, their task of the task force, was to go and take back the Falklands Island that they had stolen from us because we stole it from them in the first place. And if you are from Argentina, don't go in the comment section and start arguing with me like, well, actually, the no. As I've said before, all of my knowledge and education on complicated social economic events comes from Reddit threads and Facebook meme pages. That's who you are arguing with. You will not win. Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady, vaginal strength, she formed a task force to go take back the Falklands Island. Now listen to this. As I was researching the Falklands War, because obviously that's the first thing I thought of when I heard this Argentinian twat, Frappuccino Dildo, was going to replace Freedom Tower. So I went and started researching the Falklands War. Wikipedia.org. Was insane when I read this, because I'm kind of involved. I didn't realize I was involved in the Falklands War. Listen to this. Wikipedia.org. Sinking of the HMS Sheffield. There was a boat, and it was called HMS Sheffield. That was one of the names of the fighter, what they called, the Type 42 destroyer. That's what it was called. Are you ready? I'm going to read what it says. I really did get an adrenaline rush chasing those pigeons. On the 4th of May, 2 days after the sinking of General Belgrano, is he related to Frappuccino Duolingo? Maybe. This Argentine that's replaced the Freedom Tower at Williams for the Italian Grand Prix, whatever the fuck his name is, Fandango Casino, I have a personal grudge against him. Because in 1982, Margaret Thatcher's Vaginal Strength Task Force, which included HMS Sheffield, which I have an emotional connection to, even though I didn't know it existed literally 5 minutes ago, was shot down by Argentinian squadrons. And I will never forgive Philando Capillo. Fuck you, Capillo. Fandango Capillo. Or Francesco Bingo. Or Valentino Dollar Latino. Or what is his name? It's Franco Colapinto. Right, Franco. The Freedom Tower, I did say some negative things about Logan Sargent. I called him borderline retarded multiple times, and in one video, I credibly accused his family of being war criminals. So, So, but that was reasonable criticism. I never said he didn't seem like a nice guy. Lance Stroll, on the other hand, is a terrible driver and a terrible person. I hate him on both fronts. Whereas Logan Sargent, you watch him in interviews, he does seem like a nice person. He was simply out of his depth, okay? That's it. There's no hard feelings. It's sad that it ended the way that it did, and they've now brought in this Valentino Bingo to replace him, who I also... so we went from a war criminal family to the Argentinians who shot down HMS Sheffield. It's just every fucking driver has a backstory of death and destruction. It's a dark sport, Formula One. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's for Logan Sargent. It's for people who are credibly connected to 9/11. It's for Max Verstappen, the victim of child abuse. It's for Osama bin Russell, the leader of Al-Qaeda. And now we have a new demon from hell on the grid in the form of this Argentinian war criminal who shot down HMS Sheffield. And his name is Frappuccino Duolingo. And I hate him already. So RIP to the Freedom Tower. I'm not going to do a full obituary. I talked about him a lot in the last episode. In the last episode, he actually very rudely interrupted me. I was mid-broadcast watching FP1 as he fucked it into the barriers, which we now know was the final straw. Do you know what? Fuck it. I am going to do a full obituary. Let me get some American music and let's give the Freedom Tower a proper send-off. American national anthem with eagle sounds and machine gun. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, RIP to the Freedom Tower, otherwise known as Logan Sargent, otherwise known as the biggest tragedy in America since 9/11 and Pearl Harbor combined. As of 9 o'clock Sunday morning, the United States of America will declare war on James Valves' chin, which does not exist. America will invade the Williams Formula One team to sow the seeds of democracy. They will steal their oil, destabilize them socioeconomically, and create future terrorists, which is what they did in Iraq and Iran for 15 years. Wait, where's the music gone? Where's the music? Oh, the music stopped. The music stopped. The US national anthem with eagle sounds and machine gun is only 45 seconds long. The music stopped. And you know what? Isn't that a perfect metaphor for Logan Sargent's career? It was over before it reached its final crescendo. So RIP Logan.